Welcome inside. It's the SMX Insider post-race show on a championship Saturday. So much to unpack when you crown 4 champions. Our futures, also 250 East and West, and the 450 class. Wow. And they kept it pretty nail-biting right there to the end. It wasn't easy on Tom Vial, who had a nice points lead. It wasn't easy on Jett Lawrence, who had a nice points lead. But in the end, Jett Lawrence does hoist the big trophy. And that's no gimme. You've learned it, RC, no matter how talented you are.
Yeah, an incredible journey for this man right here. And it was a young kid, I should say. And just absolutely incredible. We've been talking about it all night long, James, of how he rose up when he needed to. And everyone thought that he couldn't get it done after the bad races. Boom, he responded like a true champion. And we are going to see a lot of this kid for many, many years. And I think he has the ability to crush a lot of records.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know how many people thought he couldn't get it done. I mean, if you listen to him, I think all athletes at the top of their sport, they always kind of create some kind of downplay of me against the world, but he really does believe that, and he comes out and he rides like that. And I think with those other guys, and it's cool to see what Cooper Webb was doing. He's had a great year, but even he gives them respect, as they all do. And I agree with you. It's going to be years to come watching this kid win.
Yeah, it's only going to get better from here. There are your champions. Tom Vial had a rough go in his heat race, but persevered in the main event to claim the title in only his second year racing Supercross in America. And RJ Hampshire's decade-long journey as a pro to nail a professional championship. It's over. He won the title in the 250 West. There's Jett celebrating. Here are the 450 highlights from the finale for Monster Energy Supercross, Salt Lake City, Utah, Rice-Eccles Stadium. We started in the daylight with the fabulous Supercross opening ceremonies. There's Jett Lawrence, only needed 17th to ice this title.
This is for all the marbles right here. And like I said, so much fun, James. We talk about it all the time. And the skill. And I don't think we've ever even seen the best of him just yet. When you think of all the things that he'll be able to do, what he's learned from his rookie season, and pay that forward to next season, it's going to be exciting. But
yeah, Justin Cooper and Chase Sexton battling early for the lead.
Yeah, it was good to see Justin Cooper and both these guys, Chase Sexton and Justin. We've been waiting for him to have a start, and to see Hunter Lawrence up there and Cooper. I think for Jett Lawrence, the biggest thing for him was these first opening couple laps, just trying to stay clean. But Chase Sexton was fast all day, and here comes the action.
Oh, Jason Anderson tunes up Hunter Lawrence.
Oh, he tunes him up, all right.
There's definitely some bad blood there, and we talked about it in the broadcast about how, hey man, these guys are going to have to find some common ground here, but he gave the business.
Then Jett passes Anderson, and then he almost goes down.
Yeah, I'm just assuming the way he was looking back, he was thinking that Jason was going to pay him back, so maybe a little brotherly payback for him, but that was super close. But look at this guy. I mean, he was pulling off early, didn't ride that much in practice. You were thinking he was out of it, but Cooper does what he always does, and he's always fighting there, and he was riding strong.
No surprise to see this, and I just, like, I'm sitting like, what could have been?
And then a lap down, Hunter. That's a little revenge on Anderson.
Yeah, he looked over to AMA, opened his wallet, say, here it is, because I'm about to give it back to him. And yeah.
I want to be in the principal's office when that thing goes down.
That's going to be wild. So here's Sexton. Takes his second win of the year, but his best win of the year. The other one was muddy conditions in San Francisco. This was just pure speed all day and all night long.
Might be overshadowed because of all the other drama going on this race, but he rode incredible all day long.
And here is Jett Lawrence, only needed 17th. Just cruised it on home. And there's the celebration that begins. And how about Honda? Had not won a 450 title in 20 years since you left the team, Ricky Carmichael. And then they finally broke that last year with Chase Sexton, and they haven't lost one since.
Well, you got the new kid in town, the phenom Jett Lawrence, and I think we're going to see a lot of this in the future.
Holding #1 plates, 450 Motocross, 450 SMX, and now 450 Supercross for Jett Lawrence. Like you said, James, just think of the last year, really. 12 months for this kid. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it definitely has, and that's what Ricky was saying. I don't think the kid's going to get faster, but what he's going to do is be more polished, and that's what's going to make him tougher, because, I mean, there's only certain speeds you can go, but again, what we saw from Chase, this might be a beginning of the right way for him. What he's able to do, this is the first time he's really, let's say, beat Jett Lawrence. take it for whatever you want, championship or not, but Chase Sexton was able to do it, so we'll see what happens. And we've got to say bye to Adam Cincerello, getting 20th place, but this is the man of the hour right here.
All right, what's this experience like? You both have had those big podium celebrations. James, I'll go to you first.
I mean, for me, it was in 2009, that Pacific Championship, it was a lot of up and downs, and I DNF'd that first race of the year, and kind of like Jett, I was the fastest all year long, and, you know, Chad Reed was my biggest competition, but it always seems like I would get there and then I would make a mistake. I would let the guys go back in. So when I was able to, you know, finish it off in Vegas, it was a relief. And I remember specifically after that, like it was a month that I was exhausted after that championship.
Wow.
And it just shows how much effort goes into it. But yeah, I'll always remember that, Ricky.
Yeah, and the mental load it was for me, like James was saying, once you're done and you receive that trophy and that #1 plate and you're celebrating on the podium, it's just like everything kind of hits you. But for me, it was just like the load off of me mentally is what I felt. And man, it's just such an incredible experience when you think about all the sacrifices you make to get there.
Final margin of victory is just 15 points for Lawrence over Webb. Webb going to be left saying what might have been with that thumb injury. They were tied in points with 4 races to go, but he wasn't quite 100% from there. But that's what you're going to get, as you said with Cooper Webb. He's going to give you your best every time, but they all know they're going to have to somehow get even better for Supercross next year, James.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cooper is, as much as like you take in hindsight, like he's probably disappointed that he wasn't able to win this championship, but it's been a positive year for him, and you can hear him in his podium interview. You saw it, like, yeah, he was, I wouldn't say disappointed, like he wanted to win, but he also realized that he's gotten better. So for him, like, it's just that step of moving forward, building off of this year, and hopefully him and possibly his teammate, even with Justin Cooper and hopefully Eli Tomac comes back, they can give this kid a run for their money, because they're going to have to be on to do that, and we'll find out here soon enough.
Yeah, exactly. He's only 20 years old, but yeah, there's some proud warriors in there. They about to do a burnout here?
Yeah, they're going to do burnout celebration, I'm guessing. You know, it's just, again, an incredible feat. But one thing I will say is that I think that other guys are going to raise their level of riding based on Jett Lawrence. You know, just like when James came in, for example, he elevated my riding. I don't know that I would never be as fast as him at the end goal, but he raised the level of riding and skill and speed, and I think that's what Jett is going to do. It's essentially he's one of those iconic riders. He's going to take sport to a new level.
All right, we'll see how everyone responds, not just next year, but in Pro Motocross that's coming up soon, as they continue to celebrate down there with Honda. Rookies of the year, no surprise. Jett Lawrence is the 450 Rookie of the Year. Julian Beaumer of Red Bull KTM is the Rookie of the Year in the 250 class. It was actually between him and Daxton Bennick, who was close in points racing in the 250 East Division. Beaumer had a rough one tonight, but still enough points to get that Rookie of the Year trophy. So let's send it down to Will Christian.
Thank you, Jason. Mike, we bring you back out one more time here to present the Rookie of the Year to Julian Beaumer. Mike.
Thanks. Julian, what an awesome year. Congratulations. On behalf of the AMA, I'm proud to present you with the 250 SX Rookie of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Julian, we'll have a quick chat with you before we let you go. Teams celebrating behind here. They've got a lot to celebrate, and you have really rounded this year out for them. You get one shot at being a rookie, right? What does it mean to you to get this done? What does it say moving forward, what your capabilities are?
Yeah, for sure. It's been an amazing year. Obviously, Tom winning the 250 East title and Chase winning night, so the team's done an amazing job. I can't thank them enough for being behind me. Yeah, tonight was a rough night for me, but no, I ended up getting it done, and I couldn't be more thankful.
Now you move forward. What's in your head? Where's the ceiling now for you? Does that shift? Does the confidence shift with it?
Yeah, obviously rookie year still, so just keep learning. Gonna have a good outdoor season, and keep learning each weekend.
Congratulations on everything you've achieved this year.
Thank you.
And plucked straight out of the Supercross Futures last year. As for Jett Lawrence, who's on the verge of lucky number 7, looking for 7 straight titles, starting with the Pro Motocross Championship in 250. Then he started winning the 250 Supercross titles as well. East back to a dominant 250 motocross campaign in 2022. Then the West 250 Championship last year. This is now every championship you can win in the sport. He's done it. The perfect season, 22-0 last summer in Pro Motocross. First ever Super Motocross World Championship, and now crowned the Monster Energy Supercross Championship on a 450 right here, right now. So let's talk to him. Send it back down to Jason Thomas.
Well, that's right. I have Jett Lawrence and Honda team manager Lars Lindstrom. And I'm going to speak to Lars first because I know Jett's going to get lots of interviews. But Lars, you've gotten to watch Jett grow up in the Honda program over the last several years, and I think it's pretty clear to see the progression. But talk about, from your perspective, day in and day out, watching him turn, from a boy into a man, now a 450 Supercross champion.
Yeah, he really has done that right in front of our eyes, and it's been just an honor to have him on the team. I think, from the beginning, a lot of people knew that he was going to be really, really good, and I just don't know if anybody expected it to be this good. It's just unbelievable. We're so proud as a company and everything to have him on the team, and it's just the sky's the limit, and we couldn't be happier to have him on the team and congratulate him on this title.
Congrats, Lars. And Jett, that's a lot of titles in a row here. You talked earlier about the last title you lost was in 2021. You think about when you first came over from Europe, and all the talk was about Hunter. We really didn't know a lot about you, and here you are, superstar. Even Jeffrey Hurling says you're the best rider on the planet. What does this feel like? What does this mean to you to really, you've accomplished every dream you've probably ever had at this point?
Honestly, I don't know, because I haven't really had this feeling, to be honest, to be kind of mentioned by those legends like Jeffrey and even to be talking to Ricky and James every day almost. So just those being in the conversation, those guys are awesome. It's an honor. So, but yeah, I mean, what an unreal season this has been. And yeah, to keep it going, I haven't lost since 2021. I mean, it's going to come to an end eventually, but we're going to see how long we can hold on to it.
Congratulations. We'll see both of you in a couple weeks for the Pro Motocross Championship.
And that's when we'll see Jett with one of those #1 plates on the bike as the defending 450 champion. Oh, Red Bull KTM's turn on the podium, celebrating with Tom Viel. Unbelievable how far Tom Viel came in 1 year's time in Supercross.
Oh man, what a difference, right? I mean, last year, like no podiums or anything like that, and then I think it was just a miraculous turnaround. He's got some great people behind him, and you know what? We're gonna get to do something this week. You're gonna be doing Bubba's World. I'm gonna be doing Title 24, so I'll have to do some work on the airplane tomorrow and think about all the great topics and fun stuff we're gonna talk about on Monday. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. And what about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a lot of stuff to say too. I was gonna say it tonight, but you guys got to tune in on Tuesday. Come in. I'll definitely be checking yours out, and even with you, Jason.
Yeah, me and JT and our statistician Clinton Fallon will be back like we are every Thursday with SMX Insider. We consider that the preview of the upcoming weekend. We'll have a couple episodes as we head toward the Pro Motocross Championship. Shout out to your boy RV too, Ryan Villapoto,
absolutely,
your partner
my
there on
incredible co-host. Yeah,
he's unfiltered, man.
Oh, he is.
He lets it fly.
I like it. I like it.
All right, you know what else is unfiltered? The East-West showdown with 2 titles on the line. Here are the highlights from Salt Lake City from 250 East-West. They call it the Dave Coombs Sr. East-West Shootout. Exciting enough on its own to get the best 250 talent in one race. But then with titles on the line, tied between that man, Levi Kitchen, and RJ Hampshire. In the West, Tom Viel had a 15-point gap over Hayden Deegan coming in, but Deegan was riding incredibly well. There he is all afternoon and in the heat race. Viel struggled in his heat. Some pressure on.
Yeah, Tom definitely didn't have the best of day. It started off in the heat race, but then he came out and executed his start. I mean, this was the goal #1. He did it from the outside, and I think at that point, Ricky, for him, it was all about just kind of staying up. But that West Coast, we saw RJ in front of Levi there, and that kind of race was on. But Hayden Deegan did everything he needed to do.
100%. A little bit of drama there, as you will see a little bit later in this debrief of the race. But you talked about, this wasn't Tom's best day for sure, but he had the best days when it counted early on, and he deserved this right to be in this position to basically just mail it on in. And at the end of the day, the check's going to cash the same way.
Yep, absolutely. I go back to what we saw in Philadelphia, the reason why. But
that's right.
This guy, I mean,
hey,
I don't even know what to say. He represented Dade City to the fullest, and
he earned it. He earned it.
Yes,
straight up earned it. He was faster all day long, except for the heat race, but he performed.
Yep.
He performed.
Here's the critical juncture here. Kitchen, it took forever to get to Thrasher, never got around Shimoda, and with that gap, he couldn't get to Hampshire.
Yeah, it was going to be tough for him, and that's pretty much where his championship was, because Levi was actually catching him, and he had RJ to a spot where they were right there, and then this was teammate on teammate action.
Jordan Smith and Deegan.
Yeah, but what you don't see, there was a little bit, Hayden Deegan was starting to look back to Jordan. Jordan just got frustrated, and he went in for him, but Hayden Deegan held on. But the real winner was that guy in second place right there.
Yeah, Hampshire got right to him. Deegan wins the race, third victory of the year. Going to come up short of the 250 East title. There's Hampshire clinching the West Championship with second place. And here's Vial bringing it home.
He's like, I'm not even going outside.
No.
I'm going down here.
Yeah, two champions right there, both incredible stories. I mean, a miraculous turnaround for Tom Vial, and then someone who we watched grow up, James and I, RJ Hampshire, did a lot with a small little town in Central Florida, and to see him, took him a while, but he got it done.
Yep. And congratulating each other. KTM, Husqvarna, and GasGas are all part of the same ownership group, so the bikes are very similar, and Hampshire has been saying what this means. Not just him winning, but Vial doing it as well. The Austrian brand sweeping the 250 championships this year against some of the perennial powerhouses like Monster Star Racing Yamaha. And it was a renaissance year for Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki, but they're denied the titles. It will go to Deegan, the race win.
Yeah.
But Hampshire's second place finish wraps it up in the West, and Vial finished 8th. Kitchen 5th. Didn't get it.
No. Yeah, no, he didn't. But Levi, he stepped up. I mean, what he was able to do on Monster Energy. I mean, despite the results, Mitch Payton is here. I mean, what he was able to do with Joe at the end of last year, and you know, working on the motorcycle, it shows that it's paying off. But all props to this guy right here, RJ. 10 years.
Yeah. Huge turnaround, though, like you said, with Levi Kitchen. He did end the result, probably not what he wanted, but he has got to be pumped. That is a huge improvement from last year, right?
Oh, yeah. Kitchen, I think, is starting to get on the radar as maybe the next guy moving into the 450s.
They better keep him in check.
Yeah. I don't think we were saying that before this season. His stock has gone up massively, even though he didn't win this title.
Absolutely.
Got a long way to go. Deegan ended up just 4 points short.
Yeah, and let's give a shout out to Cody Shaw.
I
mean, he was straight into
everybody.
He shocked that wall, I'll tell you that. Would have bounced back and, you know, get that third place. And if you look in the actual results, him and Pierce Brown, they were going at it.
10th and 11th.
Yeah,
they were.
Yeah, now it's that 1 point difference was for Cody. So that's cool to see that Muck-Off Yamaha team get that top 3, and especially for Cody, for sure.
Yeah, so this is awesome. We want to thank the Utah Sports Commission for hosting our finale here. That's what makes this so fun when we come to we used to do it in Las Vegas. We'll have Las Vegas back on the calendar for SMX. So I feel like we got the best of both worlds for our finales now. And want to remind everybody what Salt Lake did for the sport 4 years ago. It'll always hold a special place because we got to hold the 7 races we needed to get in 2020 to get this championship accomplished. So let's flash back to just how important these events were 4 years ago. Amid a worldwide health crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic, businesses around the globe were looking for ways to survive. And professional sports was no different. Monster Energy Supercross turned to their partners at the State of Sport. In conjunction with the Utah Sports Commission and the Governor's Office, Feld Motorsports devised a safe and effective way to complete the 2020 season. 7 races held over 27 days in front of cardboard cutouts of fans in the stands. Supercross became the first professional sport to complete its season. The safeguards and protocols implemented became a blueprint for other leagues to follow, as sports began a gradual comeback by following the example that Supercross set in Utah, leading the way. The pandemic also brought together Feld Motorsports, which runs the Supercross Championship, and MX Sports Pro Racing, which organizes and promotes the Pro Motocross Championship. They worked together on a safe-to-race plan and scheduling to ensure that both series could run a complete 2020 season. And out of that initial collaboration, the SuperMotocross League was born 3 years later. After the success of the inaugural 28-race regular season, 2 playoff rounds in Charlotte and Chicago, the first ever SuperMotocross World Championship was held at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. As the Supercross title fight winds down and champions are crowned again in Salt Lake City, the paddock and racing world turns their attention to Southern California and the MX opener at Pala. It's 50 years of history, 50 years of heroes, 50 years of Monster Energy Supercross. So Supercross in the books for 2024. We're going racing after one weekend off in the Pro Motocross Championship, so all the stars will be back. Fox Raceway in Southern California. That'll end in August at Ironman outside of Indianapolis. And then the SMX playoffs, Concord, North Carolina, Fort Worth, Texas, and Las Vegas, Nevada, September 7th, 14th, and 21st. I know you boys are looking forward to some business outdoors. It's going to be fun, James.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward. Definitely sad to see Eli Tomac and Cooper Webb being out, but I think tonight what we saw with Chase Sexton moving forward in a couple of weeks, I think that'll help him moving forward, Ricky. I'm excited to see him in a couple of weeks in Pala.
Yep, I'm going to be watching you guys. I'm going to go pay some bills this summer and spend a little time with my kids and watch you guys. I'm excited. There's a lot to look forward to. Do not turn your back on Chase Sexton. I think he'll contend with Jett Lawrence, and it's going to be a lot to look forward to. But the SMX playoffs.
Yeah.
Think about guys who are going to be ready to go there. Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb, Ken Roxon, they're going to be ready. So this season is far from over.
Yeah, we should get him back. And without playoffs, that probably wouldn't have happened.
That's right.
And don't forget the 250 class in motocross. Hunter Lawrence, last year's champ, is gone. He's into the 450s. It's wide open. Here's how you watch the opening round of Pro Motocross. Race day live at 1 o'clock Eastern time on Peacock. That's our qualifying coverage, followed by Motos at 4 Eastern, 1 o'clock out in California. That's on Peacock. And, of course, the SMX Video Pass outside the United States will have a re-air on CNBC. I want to thank everyone that helped make this happen here in Monster Energy Supercross this year. It was historically close. Everybody brought their best. Maybe this is the example of the rising tide lifts all ships. They all knew with Jett Lawrence in the class they were going to have to step up the game, and everybody did. And that led to these unforgettable images. So we will end Monster Energy Supercross in 2024 with the highlights of what has been a fabulous and unforgettable season.
It's A1. Let's go racing for the new year. RJ goes to second. He is pumped. And why not? A win in A1 for RJ Hampshire. Down goes Hunter Lawrence. Sexton was in that as well. Oh, and he went off. Here's Webb on the inside. Oh, no. No rider in the 50-year history has ever won on debut. Jett Lawrence has now in his first 450 Supercross ride. In the mud here in San Francisco. This is going to be wild.
Oh, Hampshire. No.
Joe Shimoda down. Checkered flag out, and Jordan Smith wins on a rugged night in San Francisco in the mud. Prado trying to get there and does. The MXGP World Champion is a heat winner. Drop that gate, let's get to it, and what a start, Sexton.
That was a massive jump out of the gate.
His first in Red Bull KTM colors. Chase Sexton wins San Francisco. 250 main is underway.
Thrasher right there.
Here comes Hampshire. Nate Thrasher wins in San Diego. 450 main in San Diego. Sexton's down with Stewart. You want to talk about a crowd favorite? Aaron Plessinger, you're a race winner. The first time in his career that he holds the red plate.
Oh, Jett, he was all over Jason Anderson. And
Triple Crown racing in Anaheim. Good job by Kitchen to take the win in race 1 of the Triple Crown. This is the last turn. RJ stands him up and holds him off. Nate Thrasher wins the final race of the Triple Crown, but the overall win at Anaheim goes to Levi Kitchen. Here we go, race 1. Chase Sexton in the lead, Jett Lawrence down. Chase Sexton wins race 1. Jason Anderson dominates race 2. Jett Lawrence has crashed. I heard the crowd come to life. Cooper Webb taking the win. 4 winners in 4 rounds. 250 East, here we go. And a big pileup. About 5 riders are down. That includes Swole. Deegan is down. Austin Faulkner wins the opener for 250 East at Ford Field. Lawrence, a good start, and Jett is going to grab the whole shot. Back on top, the rookie has 2 wins.
I think Jett Lawrence has finally showed up
Let's go! 250 main in Arizona. Here we go. Thrasher, the race leader. RJ Hampshire wins. Let's have a go. Looks at the inside line. Jett Lawrence on Eli Tomac, and he's got it. That's for third. Kickstart Kenny wins in Arizona. He's done it again. And Jett Lawrence had to work hard for that third. 250 East from Texas. Forkner, look at the speed. Oh, no! Forkner! Oh, into the concrete! Everything comes up Deegan with his first ever Supercross win here in Texas, and he did the Ghost Ride. Tonight here in Dallas, revs are up, gates down. There's no room for Lawrence. Guthrie's there. Cooper Webb has won again in Dallas. There it is, a red plate on a red bike, and the Englishman, Max Anstey, leading the points. But now it's Daytona, and some very difficult conditions. We're ready. Oh, now he's got problems.
What a save!
Unbelievable! For the first time ever, Tom Vial's a winner in Monster Energy Supercross. We're underway.
Looks like it would be coming from the shop.
And Jett Lawrence wins Daytona. They're going for the goggles, like it or not.
Guys are still trying to get to the checkered flag. They're about to run over people.
Supercross in Alabama, and the first time ever in downtown Birmingham. Oh no! And tangled up is Deegan, and is that the 43 of Hamaker down two? Whoa! This is the final turn, Hayden Deegan and Cody Schock. The Frenchman does it in the big stadium.
Gonna be key for Cooper Webb to keep that intensity up right now.
Oh no! But for the first time this year, someone has gone back-to-back. Race 1, 250 Triple Crown. Cameron McAdoo wins Indy.
Just being present where my feet are.
In a Triple Crown, who's gonna get it? Roxon's got that inside. Where did Lawrence come from? Lawrence wins race 2 and wins his third straight. Let's go racing. And to the delight of the local fans, it looks like it's gonna be Kitchen. Oh no, Jordan again at his home race. Levi Kitchen dominates Seattle. And Lawrence is pretty far back. Here's the sand. Oh, they come together. Webb making moves on Roxon. Sexton up the inside. Cooper Webb takes the win in Seattle. The closest race of the year. Triple Crown night. Can anybody stop Levi Kitchen? Dominant in St. Louis. It's a Triple Crown, triple treat. 450s. Oh, down goes Jett Lawrence. Eli Tomac, the legend, back on top. 250 East here in Foxborough. Let's do it. Deegan has a look to his left, and Danger Boy does it. Second win on the year. 450 main. Tomac, another good start. Webb on the inside though. Cooper Webb wins in Foxborough. We are tied at the top of this championship. From Nashville, the best of the East, the best of the West. Tonight, the best of them all, RJ Hampshire. Gates down, and an unbelievable start for Lawrence. Sexton down and down hard. Oh no, Roxon's bike is at suspension. Oh, Schock is gone, and he got launched. Jett Lawrence back on top, winning in Nashville. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Anstey from outside to in takes the lead. The veteran out of England, Max Anstey wins, and Vial holds off Deegan. Time to drop the gate, and Jett, a good jump, is going to lead them. He got the whole shot. 2 wins in a row down the stretch. Battle for third. Oh! Anderson puts Webb down and steals third. Only 2 rounds remain, and both championships are up for grabs. Let's do it here in Denver. It's Joe Shimoda with the whole shot. Wow. Can Levi Kitchen hang in there? George Smith is off. Joe Shimoda, has he done it? You betcha he has. Shimoda wins. And we go to Salt Lake City with a tied championship. 450 main event. Good start, Jett Lawrence. Oh! Down goes Eli Tomac. Whoa, and down goes Sexton. Oh! Jett Lawrence wins in Denver. His brother follows him home in second. Webb forces the championship to the last race. It all comes down to this moment. 3 titles are on the line from Salt Lake City. Deegan did everything he could do. He wins the race, but Hampshire takes the 250 West Championship. Soak it up, RJ Hampshire. Here we go. Up the inside, Anderson runs him high and takes him down. The 2024 Supercross champion is Jett Lawrence.